What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is January 5th, and in this video, we're going to be going over the best plays over on the PrizePicks board for tonight's 8-game NBA slate. First off, I just want to apologize for not putting out a video yesterday for Sunday, January 4th. I hope you guys absolutely crushed NFL and NBA without me. I'm recording shortly after that Ravens and Steelers game, which was just absolute cinema. Guys, I want to thank you all for the support recently, especially on my last two videos. Like I had mentioned in my previous two videos, I'm looking to do these $50 giveaways going forward to show thank you and gratitude toward you guys and your support over here on my YouTube channel, banging out these daily videos, trying to get you guys some winning bets and slips over on PrizePicks, and now we've started to include Betr as well. So I do owe a $50 giveaway here, so congratulations to Christopher Bunting 8003. When you watch this video, because Chris, I know you're going to, drop a comment below. Give me your either email or DM me on Twitter right here so that I can get you taken care of with the $50 giveaway. And guys, I'm going to be doing another $50 giveaway. If this video gets 75 likes, I'm going to up the ante because I know we can get there. I will do another $50 giveaway on my next video. To enter, all you have to do is one, be subscribed, obviously hit the like button, and then reply with your favorite play for tonight's 8-game NBA slate. And yeah, I'm a YouTube golf junkie. Get over it. Let's talk about how we did on our most recent video. So this was for the Saturday slate. We have added Betr to our arsenal. So now, if you guys are new to the channel, hi, my name is TJ. I give you the most profitable plays over on PrizePicks. We build out a 6-flex slip, try to 25 times our money together. And now what we've been doing over the last two videos is I'm also including a 5-flex slip for Betr. So if you play on PrizePicks, if you play on Betr, you've come to the right channel. You're watching the right video. Our PrizePicks video, our PrizePicks slip, we were close. We were close to the 10 times. We had a reboot with Sengun, who got hurt in the first quarter or first half against Dallas, so he didn't count. Our 6-flex got reverted down to a 5-flex. We had Jaylen Brown under 11 RA, who finished with 8. We had Edgecombe over 3.5 assists, who finished with 4. Bam over 2.5 assists, who finished with 4. Jalen Clark under 7.5 points and rebounds, who finished with 2. And then Julius Randle over 5.5 assists. He finished with 4. So this slip was a 2 times. So our PrizePicks slip, we 2 times our money. And our Betr slip, we also 2 times our money. We had 100 to win 200. We had 100 to win 1,000, obviously, because it's a 5-flex. We get a 10 times payout over on Betr if we go 5 for 5. We had Brandon Miller over 3s with Kevin Porter under rebounds. We had Anthony Black under rebounds with Kevin Huerter over rebounds. And then Dyson Daniels under assists, and he cleared pretty comfortably, which sucks. But we had 2 slips. PrizePicks we 2 times. Betr we 2 times. So that's amazing. We 4 times our money in our most recent video. We're looking to go 6 for 6 in this video to 25 times our money. And then over on Betr, go 5 for 5 and 10 times our money. So great work on our most recent video. But let's go ahead, talk about the matchups for this Monday 8-game NBA slate. We'll head over to the tool that we're going to be using and the tool that we use to create all of these slips. So both of those slips that you guys just saw that we 2 times our money on PrizePicks and Betr were both used directly off of this tool. And this is the Upside Tools Fantasy Player Props Optimizer. We'll talk more about that in a second. For the matchups for Monday, we have the Celtics hosting the Bulls. Celtics 10.5-point home favorites, 235.5 over under. We have the Pistons hosting the Knicks. Pistons 2.5-point home dogs, 234.5 over under. We have the Raptors hosting the Hawks. Toronto 3.5-point home favorites, 235.5 over under. We have the Rockets hosting the Suns. I think I said Rockets hosting the Hawks. Sorry, it's Raptors hosting the Hawks. I honestly don't know which one I said. I think I said Raptors. Rockets hosting the Suns. Houston 8.5-point home favorites, 224.5 over under. Devin Booker, 35-foot three-pointer to beat the Thunder. Really good game there for Book. Thunder at home hosting the Hornets. OKC 15.5-point home favorites, 232.5 over under. 76ers hosting the Nuggets. Philly 11.5-point home favorites, 229.5 over under. We have the Clippers hosting the Warriors. Clippers 1.5-point home favorites, 224.5 over under. And then we have the Trailblazers hosting the Utah Jazz. Portland 6.5-point home favorites, 245.5 over under. So we've done the giveaway. We've talked about how we did on our most recent video. We talked about the matchups that we got here for this 8-game slate. Let's go ahead and give the PrizePicks board a quick refresh. We'll go ahead and get Betr set up as well. And now, again, we're going to head over to the Upside Tools Fantasy Player Props Optimizer. This is what we're going to use to build out our 6-flex slip over on PrizePicks. Now, for anybody unaware of how this tool works, it's a line shopping tool and it's used for plus EV betting or positive expected value. Now, the whole purpose of this tool is to compare sportsbook lines and odds directly back to various DFS apps that use fixed payouts. So what is a fixed payout? Well, PrizePicks is a fixed payout platform. And all that means is that it doesn't matter if I'm taking more or less on these player projections, my payout is always going to remain the same. And I'm not including things like Demons and Goblins, which you guys shouldn't be playing over on PrizePicks because they're an absolute ripoff. And I'm also not including things like positive correlation. So if you're playing NFL, NHL, NFL, positive correlation. If you're adding in a player passing yards and then you're also correlating that with their receivers, PrizePicks is going to nerf your payout. But when you're just playing NBA, because positive correlation doesn't really exist in NBA, if you're just taking more or less player props, your payout always remains the same. So we know in a two-man power, we get a 3 times payout. I have Jalen Brunson and Jalen Brown both more points. If I change Brunson from more to less, I still get a 3 times payout. If I take Jalen Brown, change him from more to less, I still get a 3 times payout. So PrizePicks, it doesn't matter how many, it doesn't matter if you're taking more or less in these player props. The only thing that actually changes your payout are the amount of player props that you're adding into your slip. Now, because we know this information, we're able to do the math on the back end and figure out what odd each player prop inside every slip on PrizePicks actually represents. And mathematically, when you do the math, the 2 best slip types that you can play on PrizePicks are 5 and 6 flex slips. 6 flex slips are a little bit better than 5 flex, and that is why I build out 6 flex slips here in my videos. We try to 25 times our money together, and if we go 5 for 6, we get a 2 times return. If we go 4 for 6, we get a 0.4 times return. So if you're following people over here on YouTube that are building out 2-man powers, I just want you to know that that is the second worst slip mathematically that you can possibly build on PrizePicks. If you want to profit long term, if you want to have results, like I did in December using the tools at Upside, this is how you profit long term. Okay, you build out the 5 and 6 flex slips on PrizePicks. You build out the 5 flex slips over on Betr. You use the sports books. You utilize those. You let those show you the best plays over on these fixed payouts. You compound these small edges with these individual player props. You put them into long-term profitable slips, and you let the chips fall where they may. And you continue to play as many slips as you possibly can. So all we're doing here is finding value in the market in instances where PrizePicks is off in relativity to the rest of the sportsbook. So what we're going to do here is give the optimizer a quick refresh. What I like to do when I'm utilizing this tool, and if anybody wants to sign up with Upside, if you want to test out our tools, if you want access to the Fantasy Player Props Optimizer, we have an esports discrepancy tool. We have sportsbook tools for game line player prop, or for game lines, for player props. We have a low hold tool. We have an arbitrage tool. We have a ton of other things that we're working on. You guys right now can hit the description or hit the link in the description below. You can use my code TJ and you can get a 5-day free trial. And you can also, when you use TJ at checkout, get 25% off your first purchase. I highly, highly, highly recommend jumping on board, utilizing our tools. Again, every single bet that I played in December came straight off of our tools, and I profited just shy of $9,000. So I want to talk about a few things, but we're going to jump in. FanDuel, DraftKings, 2 sharpest when it comes to NBA player props. So those are the 2 that I really look at when I'm building out slips. We have a really good play here with Isaiah Stewart under rebounds. Now, this is a push prop, but we can see that FanDuel and DraftKings might be 0.5 higher, and Caesars, but they are heavily, heavily juiced on the under. We also have 3 supporting books here, Sleeper, Flip, and Fanatics, both 0.5 lower, and then Underdog 0.5 higher, but heavily juiced on the over. So what we're going to do is we're going to start building our slip on PrizePicks with Isaiah Stewart under rebounds. We're going to get rid of our example play. We're going to head Stewart. And the reason I've been also adding in these 5 flex Betr slips, because I want to show you how much better, no pun intended, the value is on Betr in comparison to PrizePicks. So Isaiah Stewart under 7 rebounds. This is a popular play. I'm assuming Isaiah Stewart, he's gone on. So people might be hammering his under, but for all the wrong reasons. There are a lot of people out there that only look at last 5. This is the worst possible thing you can do. The last 5 doesn't paint any type of picture. Following the sports books is what you want to do to profit long term. Everything you can possibly think of is baked into these odds, these lines and odds. So trust the math, trust the data. Don't trust shit like I just swore on my YouTube channel. Don't trust stuff, I'm going to say shit, like last 10 game logs. It has nothing to do with that matchup that they're playing that night. But we are going to take Isaiah Stewart under 7 rebounds. Hopefully it doesn't bite us in the ass because it's a popular play. And again, people are taking it for more than likely the wrong reason. Now what I want to do is change my filters. I don't want to have too many push props because we're building out a 6 flex slip. If we have a push prop that does push, we're going to get reverted down to a 5 flex. And again, the 2 best slip types, 6 flex and 5 flex, our total slip will still be plus EV, even if we have a push prop that pushes. But I don't want to have any more push props. So what I'll do is hit hide push prop. I'll toggle this over, and you'll notice that Isaiah Stewart will get removed from the board because, again, 7 is an even number. Let's add in Jalen Johnson over 8.5 assists. We can see where the rest of the market is currently listing these odds. We're getting this individual player prop in our 6 flex at minus 118 odds, and we can see FanDuel, the sharpest when it comes to setting their lines and odds for the NBA player market, has this one higher with slight juice on the over. And if I click into this row, I can see the unders at minus 130, the overs at minus 102. So good play here on Jalen Johnson over assists. Let's go ahead and get that added. Jalen Johnson. I'm always into adding Jalen Johnson over assists also. I love how PrizePicks does this. I talk about this every time. Oh, is it gone? No way. They removed Jalen Johnson. So you guys will notice that I just refreshed the optimizer. Jalen Johnson got bumped from 7.5 to 8. We were getting too much of an edge with that Jalen Johnson play. So what did PrizePicks do? They removed him from the board. That sucks that we didn't get that locked in. But it is what it is. That's going to happen when you get good value. And that's why having a tool like this is so important. It shows you the best plays in real time. It always updates. So you know you're always getting the best value. Reed Shepherd over 3.5 assists. Now, I'm not going to lie. We don't really have too many great plays up here with good book support. I typically wouldn't play this, but minus 132 on FanDuel. We have a little bit of book support here from Fanatics. That's heavily juiced on the over at minus 140. So I am going to add this Reed Shepherd play. So we'll go over here. We'll add in Reed Shepherd. I typically only like to play with if I at least have supporting odds from FanDuel and DraftKings, but we'll still take it. Kawhi Leonard over 6.5 boards, minus 145 on rebounds. And DraftKings is actually the sharpest when it comes to setting their rebound props. So fun fact there. So Kawhi over 6.5 boards against Golden State. Jamal Shed under 6.5 RA. We're going to go ahead and add in as well. Jamal Shed under 6.5 RA. Moving on down the line, we get Steven Adams over rebounds. We don't want to play that because we have... let's skip over this for now. Let me give this a refresh. Reed, Kawhi, did they bump down Isaiah Stewart? They haven't, so that's okay. Let's see, what else do we want to add? Ooh, we can add in Eason over 1.5 3-pointers made. Imagine if Reed Shepherd gets an assist off of an Eason 3. That would be magical. And we need one more play here, so I'm going to give it one more refresh. See, look at this. We're refreshing, and we're getting more plays that are starting to populate to the board. We got RJ Barrett over 18.5 points. We can see he's set to actually 19.5 on a lot of these books, and we're getting it one lower. So we'll add in RJ Barrett as our last leg over 18.5 points. And guys, just like that, we built out a 6 flex slip over on PrizePicks, trying to 25 times our money, utilizing the Upside Tools Fantasy Player Props Optimizer. We have Isaiah Stewart under 7 rebounds, Reed Shepherd over 3.5 assists, Kawhi over 6.5 rebounds, Jamal Shed under 6.5 rebounds and assists, Terry Eason over 1.5 3-pointers made, RJ Barrett over 18.5 points. I don't love taking Shed under with RJ Barrett over points, but again, this is under his RA and not just his assists, so I'm okay with that. I'm going to refresh this one more time, actually, and just maybe we'll add in Melton under points plus rebounds, and we will take out Shed under RA. So I think we're going to do that. So we'll do this. We'll add in Melton under, what was it? Under 12.5 PR. And this is going to be our slip. So we remove the somewhat correlation potential there with RJ Barrett and Shed, and we added in D'Anthony Melton under points plus rebounds with Kawhi over rebounds. So that looks great. We have a 6 flex slip here. Now we're going to head over to Betr, and what I'm going to do is change my book from PrizePicks to Betr. And you guys can see we have so much more value over here on Betr than we do on PrizePicks. It's just the way that it is. Ton more value. If you guys aren't on Betr, highly suggest getting over on Betr. I keep saying Betr because it's just better. We got Steph Curry over 3.5 rebounds. This has never bit me in the ass before. Let me move this. So again, I'm going to go down the line. We get Steph over rebounds with pods under RA. Fits like a glove. I love that. I think we did this on a recent video also. Boom. We got Cat under rebounds. We're going to add that in. Karl Anthony Towns under 11.5 boards. We have Brandon Ingram over assists. And then RJ Barrett under assists. Again, perfect. Fits like a glove. It was RJ Barrett under assists with Ingram over assists. Hopefully Ingram's getting assists and RJ Barrett isn't. So I say there isn't too much correlation in NBA just because there's so many possessions, so many shots that go up. But finding value like this where we're not getting any type of payout shift is solid. So again, we have Steph over rebounds with pods under rebounds and rebounds and assists. We have Cat under rebounds. We have Brandon Ingram over assist, and then we have RJ Barrett under assist. That took me, 15 seconds to build that slip? And just like that, I have a long-term profitable slip. Again, we want to be playing 5 flex slips over on Betr. We can see we're looking for anything with a 53.7% chance to hit or higher. Each individual leg inside our slip is equivalent to minus 116 odds. And you guys can see the value we're getting here on these 5 plays. I just ripped them down. Boom, 5 flex. And not a perfect play. We're going to do a flex. Bang. So entering this so you guys can see that I'm entering it. View entry. Bang. Just like that, we just built out 2 slips, 2 profitable slips, thanks to the tools over at Upside, specifically the Fantasy Player Prop Optimizer. Again, if you guys want to get signed up, there's a link in the description below. You can use my code TJ. So if you hit the link, you'll get 5 days free. You can cancel at any time before your 5 days are up without being charged. If you like what we have, if you want to continue your membership, make sure you also add in my code TJ. You'll get 25% off your first purchase. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you're new to the channel, if you could hit the subscribe button, that would be amazing. Throw a like on this video. If we get 75 likes, we're going to run another giveaway. And turn on that notification bell. So whenever I do post this type of content and I post slips for PrizePicks and Betr, you get notified. You guys can lock this value in before you go to bed, right when you get up, hopefully before anything gets bumped or removed. That's the best way to make sure you're tailing if you don't have a subscription to Upside. So I love you guys. We hit it 2 times on our most recent video on PrizePicks and Betr. Hopefully we can 25 times our money on PrizePicks and 10 times our money on Betr. That would be absolutely amazing. But thank you for being here. I'll catch you guys on the next video, and let's get it.